What's up, everybody? As you can see, Bruce is in the cone of shame. What's up? I'm Jenna Say What. This is Bruce. He's, dealing with a lot of shit again. Hello! Hey, Queenly. Hello, Teardrops. Hello. We got a sickly Bruce again. Can you stop? Can you just stop with all the health issues, please? I love you. I got him out to, clean off his little wound. And, ugh. He has a cyst on the base of his tail. The Sith. Oh, yeah, that's right, Midnight. Thank you. I was like, I know that this is another name. Anyways, hey, Kaiju. So Bruce has a cyst on the base of his tail. It ruptured. While he was licking it. I was trying to, put a warm compress on it, and I guess I warmed it up a little too much, and he licked it, opened it completely up. So we have him on a medication. It's like a 2-week, antibiotic shot. So it basically covers for 2 weeks of an antibiotic. He's had it before for this cyst, and it decreased its size significantly. However, this time it got really big this weekend. So I had to take him in on Saturday, or sorry, it got really big during the end of the week, and I don't think I even realized it. Because I always knew they had a little, bump. It went from a little bit bigger than a bouncy ball size, and today, which is 48 hours with the shot, is about the size of a marble. So I mean, it still has a pretty hard lump in there. But the good news is that if it decreased in size due to the antibiotic, that means that it's not cancerous. So it's definitely a cyst. The problem is that they don't have a lot of skin on their tail. So if they cut it open, get the root of the cyst out, he may not have enough skin to close it up entirely. There are a couple of options that we have, which means that my entire month of October, I will have to cancel literally everything, which whatever. If this specific instance is the case, everything is going to have to be canceled because I won't be able to go anywhere. Because he will have an open wound on his tail, and he will have to go back in every single day to have bandages redone. It depends on how long it's going to take to heal that. Will depend on if I have to cancel everything this month. I don't know. We'll see. What I'm hoping is that it gets small enough over the couple of days. We go back in on Wednesday to check to see if he's trying to clean himself. It's not working, buddy. Hey. He's been doing that so often. But anyways, the one that we really want is that, if we can't even keep his tail, the cyst area open, and it can't be closed, they have to, remove his tail, which I really, really don't want. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to cry. It really threw me through a depression spiral this weekend, pretty hard. We slept the entire weekend. I'm not even kidding. I got him home on Saturday, around noon or so. Whole day, slept. Went to bed early, slept. Got up, tried to do something in the morning. Nope. Went back to sleep, had him on me. We snuggled the whole time. The whole weekend, we were asleep. Hey, Dune, how are you doing? But what we're hoping is that the cyst gets small enough that we can cut it out, take out the root of the cyst, and sew him up. Mid-case scenario is we have to keep his tail open and he has to get his bandages replaced every single day, which will cost a lot. And then the absolute worst case scenario is that he loses his tail because there's not enough skin or anything to be able to close him up, or him to close him, his skin to grow back. So very stressed out. He is my ESA. So, and I've trained him to be an emotional support animal. And one of the things that he does is he wraps his tail around my leg. And that's been something that I've kind of trained him to do for whenever I'm having panic attacks. So I'm very upset over the situation. So let's all collectively pray to whatever gods we need to have him keep his tail. Because A, it's beautiful, and B, that is something that helps me with my emotional support. So I've trained him to know when I am having panic attacks and things like that. Just because, like, I've had cats in the past where I've unintentionally trained them, and with him, I made an effort to, like, train him and get him to know when situations happen that he has to, like, come to me and, like, give me love, because I have to have that. So we're hopeful that he gets it, you know, fixed. I sent in pictures of Saturday and today with like a marble next to it for like size comparisons. So like tomorrow I'm going to be doing like a size reference again. And the vet did say that it was a really good thing that his cyst has gotten increasingly smaller. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's out of the woods. So I'm going to give him a couple of other possible options of being like, hey, what if we like drain it a little bit, let that draining heal, do another round of antibiotics, and then go in. Because I really want to avoid getting rid of his tail. I'm going to try not to cry. We're good. Woosah. Anyway, so that's Bruce's update. Hopefully he keeps his tail. So I really don't want him to have a second fucking surgery this year, but it looks like it's gonna be a second surgery, a second whole thing. Let's hope it's okay. He's been having his tail cleaned every day. I clean it morning, noon, and night. Because God knows what his tail is touching. In fact, like, earlier, his tail was, like, right on the toilet, and I was like, dude, okay, that's it, I have to just clean it now. So, like, I went to the kitchen, made him up a little snack, and put it on the ground so he could, like, clean it off and whatnot. So, like, I'm trying to be very, like, aware of, like, where he's at in the house and, like, what he's touching and things like that. So, like, hopefully it's all right. I don't know, because it has a pretty big open, like, dark blood patch on it from where his scab opened up completely. So now he's getting another scab. The scab is probably about, like, this big. She's pretty rough. So I'm going to beg the doctors to figure out any possible way of how to, like, keep him from losing his little tail. So fucking goddamn, dudes. And then also he got me a couple of times, like he got me there, so didn't you? Did you do these? Were these you? And the vet's like, how is he doing as far as like energy and stuff? And I was like, he's been wild. Before I got on stream, he jumped up on my table and started to fuck around with things. Like, he's obsessed with my face mask. I found it. He's like torn it apart, and I think that's gonna have to be trash, but it was hanging over here and he jumped up and started eating at it. I'm like, dude, stop. You're killing me. You killed me. Hi. I love you too. Look at his little big fluffy tail. But anyways, so that's the sad news. Hopefully we get some good news on Wednesday, or like at least a good plan of action that won't include taking my baby's tail. Hopefully. He does have a big shave spot, so he has like a big ass bald spot on his tail now, and what a nightmare. His health has been such a nightmare this year. It's not even funny. I had it really easy with my first two cats, minus Scribble at the end of her life, which she was misdiagnosed several times by the old vet that I used to take Bruce to. And then they misdiagnosed him, and I was like, I'm done. No more. So, Walnut Street Animal Hospital, you can suck it. Anyway, I digress. So yes, I was doing, like, watching all the news because I obviously wasn't really involved in watching anything other than, Riles, how are you doing? Other than sleeping and watching, Haunted Hotel, which is on Netflix. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. There's apparently a season 2 coming. I love that for them. Absolutely fantastic show. And then I was watching AP Bio, which I've never watched, but it has, oh my god, Dennis from It's Always Sunny. So I was watching that, Glenn Howerton. I was watching that and, you know, falling asleep and doing the thing and taking care of him. So, you know, we're kicking, we're trying, we're doing our best, right, bud? Yeah. You're taking a heckin' snooze. Yeah. Hi. He's looking up. He's like, anyways, so I was like trying to catch up, and then I only was able to catch up on Sunday and was like, holy shit, bro. What the fuck is happening? Because we had not one, not two, but 3 mass shootings. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And like one of them is not being really reported on, I guess, because there's just not enough info, which is good. That's good news that there's not, you know, they're not just blindly reporting like they have been. But I think that they don't have suspects. I think it's just kind of still in its infancy stage, so I'm going to keep up with it a little bit. But it looks like 1 dead and 3 injured, as far as that's concerned, and they're looking for 4 people for questioning. So it seems like, you know, we're watching some shit go down, but apparently occurred around 2:22 in the morning on Bourbon Street, and it's the first block off Canal Street. So yeah, what a fucking tragedy. What an absolute tragedy. And then let me get to the meat and potatoes of things, because one happened in North Kakalaki, where I'm at, and so it was really interesting seeing people posting about it because of the proximity that I have to North Carolina residents and things like that. So things were being broadcast just on like my Facebook friend feed, as far as like little things about the shooter, and not even like, oh, you know, whatever, like not a lot of stuff, but that was going around. But let me pull it up. All right, so we have 3 dead, 5 injured in North Carolina shooting. It looks like he pulled up on a boat on the waterfront bar, killing 3 people and wounding 5 others. He was a decorated Marine combat veteran with a Purple Heart. He was a Purple Heart recipient. And 40 years old. We don't even need to know his fucking name. He's a piece of shit. He decided to go on a fucking shooting rampage. Charged with murder, attempted murder, and assault in connection with the mass shooting at American Fish Company in Southport, about 30 miles south of Wilmington. So I mean that area is like, I'm glad that he didn't do that during the height of, either way it's a tragedy, but I'm really glad that it didn't happen during the height of vacationing season and people being out there with their kids and things like that, because this could have been so much worse, because I don't think that this area is really consistent with like tourism and things like that, but you never know because it is a beach area, so you still have like North Carolina residents that come in, come out to the beach. So it could have easily been incredible, way worse than what it was. So yeah, so we have this. I mean, that's right on the beach. That's right on the beach. That could have it could have been so much worse. Um, so yeah, pulling a boat from the water is where he was caught by the U.S. Coast Guard. Thank God they got him. Yeah, so that was a really interesting fact. And then let me get to the other screen. Let's see. Which was a really interesting factoid about this. Let me just close that down. What's wrong with the mental health of straight white men in this country? It's always out of nowhere. They just snap. Yeah, absolutely. And this is where it's really neat that I say neat in the, whatever of terms, but that is the shooter. That is his voter registration, and he is unaffiliated. UNA is unaffiliated. And this is, now, I'm not like just doxing someone. This is literally, you can look it up. You can absolutely look this thing up, but he is unaffiliated. So there's that. We have, the Marine awarded Purple Heart, charged in deadly waterfront shooting. Absolutely horrible. Abhorrent. And this one is getting about the mid-grade attention. The New Orleans shooting, not as big of a deal. But the North Carolina one is definitely getting a lot more attention. 6 years in the Marines, awarded Purple Heart, deployed Iraqi freedom in 2005 and 2006. There just seems to be a lot of issues with our, like, specifically this guy and the other one. The other shooter that shot up the Mormon church. He also, let me move this a little bit around. Hold on. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. It seems like both of these gentlemen are, I shouldn't say gentlemen, both of these bro dudes are like, ex-military, things like that. And from what I'm gathering is both of them had, severe brain damage from the wars, which, not surprising, the shit that we do to our vets, and then don't give a fuck about their mental health. And I mean, this comes on the heels of Trump getting rid of a lot of the VA benefits and a lot of the doctors and healthcare workers in the VA. So this is what I like to call a primary fucking example of why we need better healthcare for our vets, and especially better mental health care for our vets, because they are getting fucking exploded out there. They're getting fucking IUD brain shit happen, like, all this crazy stuff that happens to your body when you deal with things like war and whatnot. And I'm not saying anything to like defend these guys, because what they said or what they did was fucking just abhorrent and evil and whatnot. But this is just where I say, like, this is a prime example of, like, we need to give better healthcare, especially to cis white men, and it needs to be better. It needs to be pushed, honestly, on them. But so we have the Michigan shooting of the Mormon church, and Trump right now is saying, like, oh, well, this is an attack on Christianity. Something that needs to be said about this is that Christian nationalism, Mormons aren't a part of that, by the way. The Mormons are considered not Christian in Christian nationalism. The same thing with Catholics and how we had that Catholic shooting. They're Catholics and Mormons and a lot of the different sects of Christianity are not considered a part of Christian nationalism. So people need to start realizing that, because this is what I would consider a Christian nationalist attack. A veteran with neurological damage shouldn't have guns. Also, Mormons aren't Christians. Yep. So, but that's the thing, is like, this is not a Christian church, especially in the terms of, like Christian nationalism. So Trump saying that they're Christian or whatever it's not accurate. So it just kind of backs up the fact that there is a Christian nationalist problem in our country, and this man was a Trump supporter. So anyways, I'm jumping the shark a little bit, or jumping the gun a little bit. So the Marine crashed into the Mormon church during a Sunday service, shot into the building, and then set it ablaze, and he did use an accelerant. They are still looking for people, as far as I know. They're still looking for people under the rubble, which are pretty much presumed dead because of the fire. Yeah, so it looks like they shot the gunman, but he has taken the lives of quite a few people. Again, the count is still kind of going. What was really is something heroic, and definitely makes me have so much pride in the hospital, in like the medical field, is down the street at a hospital. There were a bunch of nurses protesting and picketing their treatment at the hospital. They broke picket to go to this church, to run over there and help the people. And I believe fully that if they weren't there, there probably would be a lot more deaths or a lot more casualties in this. People would probably be worse off, because they had nurses literally right there. The second that stuff started happening, the nurses were running over, which is incredible. Good job for breaking the picket line. Sometimes as a nurse, you just do what you got to do to help your community, and I applaud that. So yeah, we have the church had 47,000 members. That's crazy. That is a huge amount of people that he targeted. No, go away. There was also a few other things. Let's see. That's the North Carolina one. Let's go back to this one. So yeah, the Mormon suspect had Trump signs outside of his home. There was also this little piece of info, says Trump 2020, make liberal tears something again, and all this and that. But we see, yeah, him in camouflage in a Trump shirt. We don't need that anymore. That's almost that. We're gonna talk about Chicago. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And I'll be there in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna be finding some shit out. I want to know. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, so it just seems, Trump said this appears to be yet another targeted attack on Christians in the United States of America, which is incorrect. Let's see. He didn't go to blame the left at this point. Trump didn't, because of how much info this man had on Trump being like, I'm a Trumper, blah, 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 blah. So, like, he had reelect Trump 2020 t-shirts, make liberals cry again. That was what the shirt said. I mean, it's all quote unquote speculation, but I mean, the pictures are there. The info is there. It's quacks like a duck. It's a duck. You know what I mean? So we have all of that going on. Let's see. Make liberals cry again. Okay, so they're casually admitting that they're only voting out of spite. What a shitty behavior. Yeah. A lot of the people that voted for Trump, it was, a lot of people wanted to quote unquote own the libs, when in reality they're owning themselves. They're sitting there owning themselves because we're sitting here watching our healthcare go up. And by the way, healthcare costs are going to be going through the roof. They're expecting it to go up like 25% as far as like how much it costs to get healthcare. So I mean, we're looking at people cutting off their nose to spite their face. That's kind of where we're at. So that's kind of a thing now. Also, let's see. Yes, go away. I don't want this. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can, like, pull this up a little differently. The woke left without saying goodbye. I know, right? I know. Let's see. Let's see if I can, like... I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So... There we go. There we go. There we go. That's gonna be better. Alright. Yeah, it's really so sad. And we're living in such a tremendously horrible time to watch these poor people get attacked for no reason by people that really should not be owning guns. The gun reform that we need, my God, do we need gun reform? It's absolutely insane how little gun reform we have and how easy it is for people to get guns. Now it's just horrible. Another thing, I know that a lot of people hear me say, like, I'm from Chicago, bitch, or I'm from Southern Illinois, bitch, or I'm a masshole, bitch, and that's, like, my warning flag of being like, I'm gonna do some fuck shit, you better watch out. And I have never seen a more perfect example of like, I'm from Chicago, bitch, in real time. I don't know if everybody saw this, but ICE is currently in Chicago, which is a big mistake, by the way. This explains what I mean when I say I'm from Chicago, bitch. Perfect example. So we have this gentleman right here, and what they did is incredibly illegal of what these guys are doing. Let me shrink this a little bit so we can see everything. There we go. Okay, because it's incredible. I don't know if anybody saw this video, but it is a gem. So ICE is here. They are they say that he dropped his cell phone, and that's baiting, by the way. If you make someone come back, that's baiting. So this gentleman goes over, picks up his cell phone, and this is where I say, I'm from Chicago, bitch. This is how we do. This is how we do. Go, boy. Go, boy. Get it. Get it. Yeah. Yes. Bye. That's what I mean when I say I'm from Chicago, bitch. The only difference is whenever I say I'm from Southern Illinois, I would get on the bike, I would be there, and by the time that I got tear gas. I don't know how to make tear gas. What are you talking about? But just hypothetically, tear gas. Or something else. Something else gets thrown. Because Southern Illinoisans, we be a little crazy. So, but this, incredible. They couldn't catch him. He's already gone, baby. And I want you to know that when I saw this, I was like, I know exactly where they're at in downtown Chicago. I know exactly where they're at in downtown Chicago. And I am so fucking proud to be an Illinoisan. My God. My God. Whenever I say I'm an asshole, that means I'm going to come nose to nose and scream at you. Southern Illinois is the bigger threat. Whenever I'm like, I'm from Southern Illinois, bitch, like that. But Chicago, bitch, that's that. That's that. I'm so proud of my hometown. That's where I was born, baby. Oh, love it. I love it. I love it. Hilarious. Fuck those guys. Because they baited him. They baited him. They knew what they were doing. And what they did is illegal. What they did is against the rules. But of course, we know that they don't like to play by the rules. You know what I mean? So, insane. But seeing that made me so overjoyed. So overjoyed. Because, like, oh, the L train. Hold on. I just want to go back. Let me just. Oh, the L train. I'll see you soon, baby. Oh. Who can say? Anyways, I miss my Chi-town. I told my mom, I was like, I know that we're gonna I know that I'm gonna see you in like a couple of weeks, and she's like, yeah, I know that you really want Portillo's. I was like, I do. And she's like, what kind of pizza do you like? And I was like, if I'm in Chicago, there's no other pizza other than Lou's. It's deep dish or nothing, Mom. And she's like, well, I don't like deep dish. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I will get a personal pizza from Lou's, and I will eat it throughout the entire weekend. To the point where she's going to be like, Sunday, we're going to be going to the airport, and I'm still going to be eating pizza. And she's going to be like, how long has that been in your bag? And I'm telling her this story of like what she's going to probably say. I'll be like, you'll be like, how long has this been in your bag? And I'll be like, all weekend, baby. Mom will be like, what is wrong with you? And I'm going to be like, you raised me. I don't know. And she just starts laughing and she goes, that seems very you. Yes. So yeah, pizza, but like specifically deep dish Chicago style. Listen, you have not lived. Hold on. Let's just. Sexy as fuck. Hold on. Look at this pizza. Look at it. Oh, how fucking dare you. I want to look at pizza porn. How dare you. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's just the regular site. But, oh, they have gluten-free now? Look at that. Oh, see, I can tell Mom she can get that. But, oh, look at that pizza. Oh, look at that deep dish. There's a place in this area that's called, I think it's like Ace or some shit like that. And they claim to be Chicago-style pizza. It was an abomination. They only had me waiting for like 15 minutes for my pizza, which is an absolute red flag. With a Chicago deep dish style pizza, you cannot. You can't have it done in 15 minutes or less. No. Yeah, give us the food porn. A Chicago deep dish, you can't get this. You have, like, this has to bake for like 40 minutes because it has to be completely baked all the way through. These motherfuckers, the inside right through here, the cheese was not melted. It was still strings of, like, solid strings of cheese. And I was like, oh my God. I had literally just gotten back from Chicago and I told them that, and they were like, oh, our the owner is actually from Chicago and blah 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 blah, and he loves Chicago style. And he, like, the owner came out. They literally came out to talk to me, and he's like, how was it? And I was like, it was disgusting. And he looked at me shocked, and I held nothing back. And I was like, look at this. I was like, the cheese isn't even melted. I knew that it wasn't going to be whenever you brought it out in 15 minutes. Because if you don't do, like, short, like, you have to do, like, low heat and then longer period of time to, like, make sure it's, like, cooked all the way through. This motherfucker did not cook this shit through, so it's so nasty. Yeah, thank you. Yes, if he loved Chicago, he wouldn't have committed such an atrocious crime against Chicagoans. Especially deep dish. Are you kidding me? Ugh. My mom did say that she was like, I wasn't sure if you would actually want this as a present, but she was thinking about actually getting me this as a Christmas gift, like to get me the 6 deep dish pizzas, and I was like, dude, I will literally go into my freezer, put my hand all the way back, and then scoop everything out into a trash can and put just the pizzas in there. I wish I was joking. I'm not even kidding. If I don't find room in that motherfucker, everything's gone. Only lose in my freezer, for real. But yeah, I get to eat this in a couple of, like, in like 10 days, 11 days, something like that. Oh god, I'm so excited. I love me some deep dish. And then also Portillo's, because we're talking about, Chicago. We're kind of in the realm, you know what I mean? And then of course you have your your Portillo's, accept all cookies from you, of course. By the way, if you go to Portillo's, their cakes actually really good. I'm not even kidding. Get one. But I just smiled really big over this level of food. Oh my god. Oh look, they finally have a plant-based garden dog. Oh my god. So one year we did a bunch of us went to Chicago, and one of our friends who is a vegan or a vegetarian, sorry, and she went to Portillo's with us, and she asked for a plant-based hot dog, and they were like, yeah, we got those. I am not even kidding. They gave her a pickle with everything Chicago style. And she was like, I told her, I was like, oh my god, I will pay for your hot dog, like, oh my god. And she was like, no, this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. But a Chicago dog, you ain't get much better than that, baby. Look at this. Freshly chopped onions, relish, mustard, celery salt, sliced red tomatoes, kosher pickle, sports peppers, poppy seed bun. God. Like, weeping, right? Oh, God. Chicago. God damn, I can't wait to be inside you again. I have so many dogs in my mouth, it's not even funny. Pizza, hot dogs, I'm tackling it all. I will have videos and pictures of it. I don't care. Like, you have no idea. God, I miss that shit so much. My mom's like, I don't know if we'll have time. I was like, we'll have time. Oh, trust me. If I have to stay out incredibly late till everyone's asleep and I go get my Chicago food, it's happening. If I have to take this shit, oh my god. Have you guys, oh my god, have you guys seen the video of, like, dudes doing, this is my emotional support animal, and it's just baked chicken? Have you guys seen that? There's one dude that did it on a plane, but there's another dude that originally did it, and he's like, I'm so excited I get to go pick up my emotional support animal today. And he literally, like, then the next video is him at the store picking up a thing of fried chicken. And I cackled. I think we need to take it a step further. What I need to do is go on that plane with a Chicago-style pizza and be like, this is my emotional support pizza. And they are going, like, not for nothing, everyone that is in that place, that is working that line, they will not question me. They will be like, I'll be like, I moved to North Carolina, and they'll be like, understandable, take your pizza. And I'd be like, thank you. I really should. Oh, thank you, Midnight. But yeah, no, I was like, this would be so funny to do, but I think that I need to do this. I think that I need to do that. At bare minimum, South Carolina is gone. Like, I watched that video right before you sent me that. We're talking about Robert. South Carolina is gone. Like, oh my god. I wasn't sure, like, I never watched the videos of the VR thing with Robert and, like, I forgot, Marcus and Robert. I've never seen those, and the other day I stumbled across them and I was cackling. I am mildly irritated, Robert. Why? Because it's green right here? I'm going to go get rid of South Carolina. The way I cackled at that. Because there's such a crazy thing between North Carolina and South where for whatever reason we hate each other. I mean, I'm not a fan of South Carolina, but I guess that's mostly because a lot of people that live in that state want me dead. So, you know, just because of the LGBTQIA thing. But hilarious. It makes me wonder, like, if that person's from North Carolina and that's why they pulled that, or if they just randomly pulled that out of their ass and they were like, let's just do this. But absolutely hilarious little antics they have. Oh my god. South Carolina is weird. I'm not a fan of their south of the border place. It feels exceptionally weird and a lot of bit racist, and I know that there was a brothel in there for a really long time, but it wasn't like one that you'd really want to go to. I mean, it isn't south of the border, so I guess that kind of checks out, but never understood South Carolina. Oh my god, especially the circles and the, like, that is, like, hilarious. God, what a beacon of light that we have in these dark times with Marcus. Hilarious. I actually think what I'm gonna do is show my mom those videos whenever I see her, because I think that she already knows that there's going to be content made, but I don't think that she's prepared emotionally for the level of content, in which case I'm going to grab from our hangout. But I'm definitely going to show her Marcus and see if Marcus, your autism spirit animal, hilarious. But yeah, I think I'm going to tell my mom that, and she'll be like, I don't like that rock either. Or what's going to be hilarious, and my mom's going to be like, why is there a green spot there? And he'll be like, Robert, I'm mildly irritated. And she'll be like, me too. She's either going to be very confused or she's going to surprisingly be completely on board with it. I don't know which, but something's going to happen where she's going to be like, yeah, I like this. This is hilarious. You never know with my mom. It's a huge coin flip as to, like, what her reaction's going to be to things, which I absolutely love. And I'm really glad that her and I have, like, a better relationship now that, you know, I'm especially doing dumb shit on the internet, because now I can just rope my family into dumb shit that I do. I still want to see if my family will let me do, like, a transition video of all of us, but I think that at least one of my cousins is gonna be like, no. But we'll see. I don't know. They all said that they would get into cosplay for me, so listen, if they don't think that I'm going to, like, basically, like, bribe friends or, like, hire a videographer and photographer to hang with us the entire time that we're in cosplay, I don't know what. I'll be like, whatever you do, just keep the camera rolling. I'm not even kidding. There's gonna be a lot of dumb shit. We all have to be mic'd. Like, we're going to say some dumb shit, and we all have to be mic'd. For those of you that have seen the video of my family, I promised them that I'd never show it to people, but I kind of lied. I just didn't put it on the internet. I meant on the internet, but there's a video of me and my family driving around in my cousin's van, and my mom pulls out a photo of her colonoscopy, and everybody in the car is like, my mom goes, do you know what this is? And I was like, yeah, I do. And she's like, well, I know you do, because I'm the only one in the medical field. And my aunt's like, what is that? Patty, what is that? And she's like, it's my butt. And she's like, why do you have a picture of your butt? And this is where all of my family starts chiming in, talking about how it looks like a cookie, talking about how if she loses her driver's license, that she's going to be able to just hand that over to the cop for her driver's license. And then, like, my other cousins are like, but why do you have it? And she's like, I just forgot it in my purse. And they were like, no, but why? And she's like, I forgot it in my purse. And that wasn't a good enough response for anybody in my family, which I definitely love that, because they were grilling her and she was just like, well, I had to get it done because they had to cut out some polyps. And then my aunt goes, oh my God. Like, My family is different shades of me. There is no doubt about it. Whenever you hear my family talk, you see the way that they act, you watch all the shit with them, you can tell without a doubt in your head that they are related to me. Like, you could meet them out in the wild and you'd go, weird question, but are you related to Jenna say what? And they'd be like, yeah, that's my cousin. And you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. She's right. Jenna, you're right. Your cousins are different versions of you. I'd be like, do not let them take you drinking without recording almost everything that is happening. Like, hilarious. All right, done. Have a good night. But yeah, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Now that I'm, doing my Chicago tangent. Just a few days left. How many days do I have? I do have 10 days. I have 10 days until I get pizza. Oh my God.
Let me tell you this. The older you do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow.
Oh, no,
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Hold on. Why is my sound not working? Hold up. Well, if you don't want to play the sounds, then I guess I will. Oh, am I not logged in? That might be the reason. My apologies.
Let me tell you this. The older you do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow.
There we go.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
I love that. I'm the opposite. My extended family and are wildly different. We don't even look the same. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. My family, for the longest time, I tried not to, I was like, no, I'm not like them at all. Not even close. Blah, blah, blah. And then, I think one of the first moments where I was like, oh, fuck, is, my mom and I went to a wedding for one of my cousins, and they have the most pedestrian taste in music. That's fair. That's fair. My family, I think, has pretty rad taste in music. Most of us listen to Frank Sinatra. Most of us. I think that actually all of us do. Thanks, Grandma. She's in heaven. I know it. My mom said that whenever she passed away, because my mom was right there, she was like, I believe in spiritual shit now. And I was like, she was already, spiritual, but, she was like, I think I see what you mean by, an aura. And I was like, why? And she goes, when your grandma passed, I saw gold, like a gold aura lift off of her. And I was like, yeah, that's because she was an angel, okay? So, yeah, of course she's gonna be gold whenever she goes to heaven. Fuck yeah. She's an angel. But yeah, so, my grandma definitely, she was on brand with Frankie. My grandpa, apparently she was supposed to go see Frank Sinatra, and my grandfather got mad because she was gonna go see this concert, and he thought that she was gonna cheat on him with Frank Sinatra because what a fucking loser. I hate my grandpa. We all did. We pantsed him at his own funeral, so, I mean, that's my family. Your family's just a whole group of what the fuck. Yeah, so is mine sometimes. But we're comedic about it. So, de-pantsing my grandfather at his own funeral. Love it. Our family's wild. We're fun. We're a fun bunch. And I realize that my youngest cousin doesn't remember that. Probably for the best. Probably for the best. Because, at breakfast, we were talking about how, we were dead silent for a hot second, which is, in my family, a big no-no. We will not be silent for a hot second. We just can't. And my youngest cousin was like, did you know that I didn't even know that Valerie was my sister until, years later? And I was like, what the fuck? It's how? Hey, Narelle, how are you doing? But yeah, apparently she didn't even have a clue that she had an older sister. 2 older sisters. She thought she just had one. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, my family, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Good deal, Narelle. But yeah, I'm so excited to go see them. I'll see if I can get some, video clips of them or, whatever, and just see if I can, sneak it onto online or whatever, because they might be like, don't do it. It was like one of my cousins that was like, don't put me on the internet, was like, hey Jen, and I was like, yeah, and she goes, can you use your fan base to boost my daughter's college post, because I guess her high school did like posts about everybody, and she sends me this message and she goes, I ain't too proud to beg, okay? And I was like, okay, all right, I'll post to have everybody just go like the post. We ended up, because her school, I guess, was like doing it as like a competition. It wasn't supposed to be a competition on likes, but the other parents made it into a competition. So my cousin was like, oh yeah? Hey Jen. It's like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, try to get your friends to like this as much as possible. I was like, done. So I liked it on all my platforms, and then or all my Instagrams, and then I had everybody else do it, and we beat out everybody. So congrats to everybody. Thank you so much for anybody that liked my cousin's daughter's post. We won. Like, my family is very competitive. So, oh, you're hanging out with a girlfriend right now. Oh, that's great. I hope that's going well. But yeah, my family's heavily competitive. We're weird. My uncle, so like I'm known, I'm not doing this shit anymore because like obviously it didn't work out in my favor, but I used to be able to catch every bouquet at every wedding I go to. I'm just really, really good at that. I don't know why, and I hate it. But my cousin, my middle cousin, Jessica, her family, like whenever she had her wedding, they had the videographer there. And whenever she threw the bouquet, there's actually stills of me jumping up into the air, grabbing, hooking it under me, under my arm, like tucking it like a fucking football, and walking away doing this. And my uncle, the first time that he met a boyfriend of mine, he, as a family, they sat down, they were like, we want to show you something. And I was like, please, dear God, don't. And they were like, yeah, we have to. They were like, that's a fucking monster and a fucking champion right there. And I was like, thank you. My uncle did slow-mo, frame by frame. He watched it, it was the video, and then he's like, let's go back, and we'll do frame by frame. And so he's sitting there, he's like, and watch this. Look at the eyes on the prize right here. And caught. And wait for it. He's like, now we're gonna slow it down. And she elbows a girl in the nose. Congratulations, Jen. You did really good on this one. I was like, son of a bitch. So, like, my family does not stop me from my bullshit, and I don't stop them from their bullshit. In fact, we applaud it and encourage. Like, my uncle's gonna be like, hey, at this next wedding, he's gonna be like, hey, you're not married anymore. I'll be like, I'm retired. Because if I do, I'm going to catch it and then just hand it to someone. I'll be like, I just needed to catch it. I just needed to, like, do the thing. Here you go. Because no thank you. Breaking news. My family is enablers with aggression, apparently. I didn't even realize I slammed down on a girl's nose. Like, I felt really bad after that. I was like, I'm glad. Because I knew that she wasn't like hurt because she didn't like have a bloody nose. She didn't like have to go to the hospital or whatever. PBS breaking news. Hold on. PBS breaking news. It's harder typing these. Let's see. News. All I'm seeing is stuff from 3 days ago? What is happening? I don't know. It's breaking. Oh God, what kind of breaking? I just realized I was like, what's breaking news? Oh God. Who's broken? I'm broken until I get pizza from Lou's. Specifically Lou's. Everybody else's sucks. I'm very particular with my pizza from Chicago. Portillo's. Okay, PBS. Yeah. Let's just look. Watch live. Oh god, did we get another? I don't know. It looks like something is a fire. God damn it. What happened? When am I supposed to be looking? Midnight just drops in and is like, here you go, bye. Oh, the Senate resumes meeting? Let's see. Senate rejects competing bills. Hold on, wait a second. Senate resumes meeting. There we go. Surprisingly, like, I can type on my keyboard with this. Okay, here we go. Congressional leaders leave White House without a deal to avoid shutdown. Are you... Let's see. Let's go over here. Oh, no. Green website streaming. There we go. Let's see. So, government shutdown fast approaching. Democratic and Republican congressional leaders left a White House meeting with President Donald Trump Monday afternoon, showing little willingness to compromise on their entrenched positions in order to avoid a lapse in funding. Yeah, I know North Carolina hasn't done their funding or anything. I think the Dems are going to find their sacks. God, I hope so. If the government funding legislation isn't passed by Congress and signed by Trump on Tuesday night, many government offices across the nation will be temporarily shuttered, and non-exempt federal employees will be furloughed, adding to the strain on workers in the nation's economy. Great. But the thing is we like, the Dems need to hold their backbone and allow the shutdown to happen. It's going to be way worse if it's all Republicans got to do is add funding for healthcare. So I agree, if they shut it down, then shut it the fuck down, because these Dems are, like, they're going to screw us as well. And it's like, so many of these motherfuckers are not growing a backbone whatsoever. But lawmakers were locked in an impasse Monday as Democrats demanded legislation to extend healthcare benefits. Agreed. And Republicans cleared them to vote against legislation that would keep the government funding mostly at current levels now. JD Vance, ugh. I think we're headed into a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. Fuck you. God, suck a dick, bro. Trump has shown little interest in entertaining Democrats on the demands on healthcare. Lovely. Even as he agreed to hold a sit-down meeting Monday with Schumer, along with Senate Majority Leader John Thune, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries. He's a problem too, but we have to take care of the main fire before we put out the rest of them. The Republican president has said that he repeatedly that he fully expects the government to enter a shutdown this week. I mean, you're not giving a fuck about any of the American people. So, like, what's the point? What's the point? The Trump administration has tried to pressure Democratic lawmakers into backing away from their demands, warning the federal employees could be permanently laid off in a funding lapse. Oh, you mean add to your negative on job loss, or, like, getting more job loss? Good job. That's going to help your numbers, isn't it, bro? Good job. Yeah. So it's like, you run, they own, or they're running the Senate, the House, the judicial, everything is under the Republicans, and you're like, let's kill off more people by taking them off Medicaid and Medicare. Let's kill more Americans. And I mean, that's what they want to do. That's what they're planning on doing or trying to do. Chuck Schumer said a few months ago that the government shutdown would be chaotic, harmful, and painful. He's right, and that's why we shouldn't do it. Still, Democrats argue Trump's agreement to hold a meeting shows he's feeling the pressure to negotiate. I don't think so. I don't think he feels pressure for fucking anything. So yeah, what a fucking nightmare. So I guess we're gonna be possibly going into another government shutdown, which same fucking tune, different day. So let's see. Chuck Schumer is a shadow agent of MAGA. I swear to God, you might be right on that one. Fucking, he needs to go. I've never really been a fan of Chuck Schumer. I wasn't a fan of him when I was a conservative. I'm not a fan of him now. Not even a little bit. He's really got to retire. Just go. You don't trust both sides of the parties. I think they're all in a secret relationship with each other. I think that could possibly be with multiples, but again, it's the way that I've explained it to everybody, including my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, I guess you're right on that one, is you have a huge house on fire, okay? Those fires have little embers that are like setting on fire, like a little brush here, or a little, or like, you know, a fire here on this person's lawn. You know what I mean? The firefighters are concentrated on that main house fire. They're not paying attention to the little mini fires that are happening around because they have to get rid of this big one to keep other little fires from happening. So that's what we have to focus in on, is we have to do what we need to do now to get rid of the MAGA people, the people that are literally following Donald Trump without any question, without any reason, without, you know, anything, and just blindly following the Fuhrer. Once we take care of that, then we can start putting out the little fires. You know what I mean? So like if you're, and I get that it really is a problem where you're like, okay, it's both sides. I'm not gonna say no, because it's true. However, one side is specifically trying to exterminate quite a few of us, probably all of us in this chat, and we need to put out that fire first. And then it feels a little less overwhelming. Like we can do something like that. It's about removing the politicians and placing in politicians that are good guys, that are ones that are willing and able to push the agenda of the American people, especially people. And this goes into the whole thing of like, do you know who your local representatives are? I don't know who's on my school board. You know what I mean? I don't have kids, so I don't pay attention to the school board, but that's important. And you can apparently get into the school board and not have kids. I didn't know that. So, you know, things like that. It's important to like focus in on the little things and the things that we need to redo and the things that we need to like change up. So yeah, that's, you know, it has been that way for decades. Both parties have corporate masters. Absolutely they do. Oh, I realize I don't need this as big. There we go. They're in relationship. Yeah, I think that some are. I think that there's a lot that are trying to get things done. We need to have term limits. We need to have age limits. And that's not me saying that because of how's your boy? He's snoozing. So quick, I want Neon to know this, but anyways, quick little update. So Bruce's cyst on the base of his tail went from basically a nodule about like this big, like the size of a larger bouncy ball, to the size of a marble. So it's still there. Yeah, it was pea size. That's whenever he had his what do you call it? He had already gotten antibiotics at that point, and I'm gonna tell them that we may need to have like a second round of antibiotics, because what happened was he got the shot the last time and a antibiotic on top of that. But so we're gonna try to get back to small as we possibly can, so that way we can salvage his tail. That's my top priority, is keeping him healthy and then making sure that his tail is saved, because like I really want my baby's tail. I know. And I was saying earlier that like I have him trained for my emotional support, and one of the things that he does is he wraps his tail around my leg. And I'm like, I thought about preserving it, but another part of me is like, I don't know if I could handle that. Like, some people are like, oh, whenever your turtle goes, you can just like put him in from out. No. There's just like a different, I don't know. Like, I can separate, I don't know, but I don't know if I would preserve it or not. I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I don't know if I could. Yeah, not Cleo. No. Cleo, like, if he goes, I'm gonna be a fucking mess. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I probably won't be visible as a human being for a while. Random road turtle, sure. Yeah. So yeah, it all depends. Wait, is Logan here? What? Hey, Logan! What you doing? I was like, wait a second, what? Logan's in here? No way. Holy shit, what's up, bro? But yeah, so we're trying to like, oh, hold on. He's snoozing. He's taking a little sleep. Ignore this. Wait. Shh. It's not a dickosaur that's on top of that. But yeah, he's snoozing a little bit. But yeah, he exploded his cyst on his tail while he was like deciding to lick it, and so that's whenever I was like, we gotta go. Lurkin playing the game. Oh, hell yeah. I've been heavily isolating. Oh no, no worries. I feel you. I've been isolating a little bit. Just a little bit. Yesterday and Saturday I slept all weekend with Bruce. Like all weekend, because I was so fucking depressed over the whole situation. So yeah, we need to get out the root of the cyst, and that's like the priority, is trying to like get rid of. Comes next week, and you've been therapy twice a week to prepare because we're cracking open the mom vault. Ooh, cracking open the mom vault is never fun. Oh no. I wish I could take you to Chicago with me. You meet my family, they'll take care of you. Be like, what? They'd be like, don't worry, we'll be your parents now. And I'd be like, you don't want that. At some point, I told my mom, I was like, there's a thing that I really want to do, and I told her, I was like, I really want to have like a bunch of my friends come up to Chicago, and we all hang out with like I can rent like an Airbnb or something in downtown Chicago or something, and that way like we can have my family there and hang out with my family. And I told my mom, I was like, yeah, like Al and like Chris Moore, and she goes, oh my god, I love our award-winning filmmaker. And I was like, there it is, because she's met Chris, so she was like, oh, I love him, tell him I said hi. So I sent him a message. I was like, mom says hi. Like, yeah, but at some point I want to get like a bunch of people together to like go up to Chicago and like us hang out. Of course, Floyd and John, of course. Gotta bring them. I think that they'll abduct Floyd and refuse to let him move back. They're gonna be like, no, you have to move to Chicago. We need you forever. Like, you're incredible. Dragon Con, yes, Dragon Crew hits Chi-Town. That's what we should call it, is Dragon Con Crew hits Chi-Town. Yes. But no, my family would love that. My mom's like, oh my god, I'd love to do that. Yes, let's do it. And she's like, but you have to like talk to your cousins, because like they're Their schedules are crazy. And I was like, hold on. Hold on. You're saying that their schedules are crazy? And she goes, oh, yeah, I forgot who I was talking to. I was like, thank you. I was like, their schedules are nothing compared to mine. Nothing compared to mine. So that's the thing. But yeah, first off, we gotta get this little guy settled. Hey, Abby. Portillo's. Dude, I'm gonna have so many fucking hot dogs shoved down this fucking gullet. I don't care if that sounds sexual or not. I really don't care, because I'm gonna have them just... I don't even know if I'll really taste, like, the first two. So I have to at least get, like, 3 or 4. Because there's no way I'm gonna taste at least the first one. There's no way. I'm gonna shove that thing so far down. I'm gonna record it. I'll just be... like... The amount of photos that I have of me... that friends have taken of me just shoveling down food, it's insane. Straight up the best establishment, 1,000%. 1,000%. Yes. I probably have 15. Yeah. I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it yet. I'll have to, like, check. I don't know. It's been a wild day. Negative? But yeah, I was saying, yeah, so I'm always down to, like, come down there, too, so. Yeah, Neon does have, like, 15 pictures of me eating. We could at this point, I could go through my pictures and find a bunch, and we could make a collage of me just fucking shoveling food down my throat. Hold on, wait a second. Eating. I wonder if it'll pull up just, like, a ton of pictures of me eating. Please tell me. Yup. I sent this to a friend of mine, and I was like, when you're high as fuck, but you really want Oreos. And I deliberately made sure that I looked bad in that photo, because I wanted it to be funny. You got this one. I'm very impressed with this photo, though. That's not edited. I literally threw popcorn in the air and hoped to God I got the photo. Yeah, more food. More food. I just become slightly more unhinged. More food. I like these. These are my favorites. Whenever I look slightly feral and eat. That's the one. Yeah, there's like an amount. There's an amount of food photos. So yes, I could absolutely do, yep. Nope. I wasn't joking when I said that there could be a collage of me eating food. This even goes back into my old modeling days. This is an old as fuck photo, by the way. So, like, this goes back. Oh, this was even before I was in cosplay. I think that was my first Renaissance fair I ever did. Like, Darcy cinnamon log one. Oh my god. So I have one where I'm, like, eating it, and I have, like, 3 other bags of the cinnamon logs from the Renaissance fair. Oh my god. Listen. I can't wait to go to the Renaissance fair for that exact reason. Just shoveling those things down. Oh. Oh, there's me and Noelle. We're high eating pizza in a bathroom. I feel like that's kind of a thing with me with cons. Is somehow I sneak off into the bathroom high as fuck and just start eating food. I have a thing, apparently. Maybe I should do that in Chicago, since Chicago I'm gonna get a lot. Oh, this isn't Bruce, but that's Tweak. That's his older brother. What's on his forehead? Oh, no, it's just the light. But yeah, Bruce has the opposite coloring. It's super cute. Serve caprese sandwich, and I was like, holy fuck, it was too big for you to eat. I feel that. Yeah. Oh, this is me pretending to eat a snake because it looks like a cinnamon roll. The snake was not harmed. Yeah, I really do have a lot of photos of me just eating food. Oh! Portillo's. Look at that. Portillo's. Oh, can't wait to get another photo of that. Wow, there is really an uncanny amount of food photos. What is up with me? Wild because of the lore. Yeah, right? It's so crazy. They have the same nose in them, I love, right? They do have the same nose. They do. Just opposite. It's a mirror image. My little boys, they have a mirror image situation. Oh, I never posted that. I need to redo that. Hell yeah. But yeah, oh my god, there's just so many photos of me eating. What the fuck? What is up with me? Anyways, so there will be photos of me eating Portillo's. I'll probably just do a collage of me just viciously attacking food the whole weekend and just put it up on a carousel up on Instagram because fuck it, why not? Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Oh man. Oh, Neon, did you see the video? I don't know if oh shit, I deleted it. Hold on, where's my history? History. Chicago. I know it's in here. Okay, I definitely have that. Okay, hold on. Did you see the Chicago video? JSW literally eats the rich at the 12th hour version? Yes. No, I have a Jennifer Check eating. I think it's just one of my fake hearts, though. I'm not actually physically eating anything. So I don't know if you saw this, but there's ice up in Chicago, and let me move this back the way it was so we can have a full view of it. So it is, hell yeah. You sent it. It'll send. Anyways, so up in Chicago, ice is up there, right? Oh, you seen it? Oh, never mind. We're gonna still watch it. This is Chicago for you. Don't fuck with Chicago. I'm surprised he went that way with the rest of them, but God bless. Look at that. It's my brethren right there. God. What an incredible move. What an incredible move. So whenever I say I'm from Chicago, it's that. That's what I mean. And then if I say I'm from Southern Illinois, that means I'd ride off on a bike throwing something as well. But you just need Luigi to escape at this point. Agreed. I think that also Luigi might be getting off on quite a lot of charges because his lawyer is talking about how what is it? That he's not going to get a fair trial because the president of the United States has already said that he did it for sure. And personally, I would love to see that man get off on nothing, on no charges because of the press. And not for nothing, like, that's the issue with our press right now. Well, there's a lot of issues with our press. Excuse me. But one of the big issues with our press is them saying, like, oh, this person definitely did it, and this speculation that becomes the narrative. And that's a huge problem because we can't have speculation become the narrative whenever we don't know the truth behind the matter. It's going to ruin people's, like, for instance, the few people that got arrested from CK's murder, and one of them ended up being a pedophile, so good for them for arresting him and, like, whatever, but, like, another kid that was, like, had a photo circulating, and they're saying that it's that same kid, and it's not, that's really harmful. It's incredibly harmful. That's why I'm not, I didn't show the photos of the Louisiana suspects, because we don't know. And that's why I said that I'd keep tabs on the Louisiana mass shooting, just because of that reason, because we don't know who did it. And not for nothing, there's some photos circulating of the quote unquote suspects, and I'm not comfortable even speculating if they are the people that did it. Found out the ICE feds are staying at the Arizona resort. Jesus Christ. That's so disgusting. That's so nasty. Of course they're staying at a fucking resort. Our tax dollars paying for that. Love that for us. Same with the dude that shot CK. Yeah. Yeah, the case fell apart. So yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is like if we keep doing that, like, you know, right now the two mass shootings that happened, it's fairly, you know, obvious what's going on. You know, one was a Trump supporter, had Trump flags on his lawn, had a Trump shirt that said liberal cry make liberals cry again. It definitely made his you know, opinion noted as to like who he was voting for. The other gentleman is an unaffiliated voter, and the only reason I know that is because his voter registration is public domain, and it says it right there. So, you know, there's all these things that like are making these cases way worse, and Luigi is one of those people that the news being on a 24-hour news cycle is definitely impossible to tame at this point. So it's crazy. So he might be skirting off with hopefully lesser charges and whatnot, because like again, as I've said, like no, we shouldn't be murdering each other, but like our healthcare CEOs really need to be human instead of being leeches, because he had like that CEO has more blood on his hands than anybody, and children's blood too, by the way. You know, we have children dying of preventable diseases, of things that we have cures for, that we have access to, but it's not in their or they can't make their payment or their deductible or whatever, and we're watching people suffer because of it, and I can't get behind that. To me, that's blood money. You have blood on your hands. If you allow, and you know that these people are fighting for their lives, can't pay any of these bills, can't do any of this stuff, and here they are just like sopping up the money, you know. I can't get behind it. For me, that's definitely blood money. You wish I wasn't scared of prison, right? Right. Yep, they've been staying there. I don't know if they're still there, but that's what they've been saying. Jesus. And like the one thing that really bothers me is like they can dox people that do the news. Like all these people can dox me to the ends of the earth, but like if I found out someone that I know is an ICE agent and I put like say, "Hey, this," and I can even just tag their Instagram handle and be like, "I found out this motherfucker is an ICE agent," I will get arrested for it. I'm like, where's the fucking... And I know that we're living in the upside down, and that the reality of the situation is that they're doing Trumpy's bidding and I'm not. So like I get that that's the difference, but still, like it's the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy fucking kills me, dudes. Like it's way too much. It's just ridiculous. We also had yeah, that's another thing. We also had a Texas man luckily arrested before he could do anything, but he was planning on shooting up Pride, their Pride festival, in honor of CK. So what was that about? He doesn't promote violence. What was that? Huh? Interesting. Very interesting. Guy in Arizona got arrested for the same thing. Thank God they got arrested before that happened. You know, like I'm incredibly worried for like all of my LGBTQIA family, all of my like, you know, Black, brown, and indigenous brethren. Like I'm incredibly scared for all of us for any time that we gather, because you just don't know. You just don't know anymore. You're almost scared to go this year. Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is they want you to be scared. They want us to not go. You know, I always say have a contingency plan, have like I for my city, I always have there's like a certain spot that I always tell everybody here's where we're going to meet because it's outside the ring of fire. It's an area that, you know, is a lot safer, you know, whatever. So I always tell people like, "Hey, let's meet there just in case." Because not for nothing, but going to conventions, that's also going to be a thing. Because having the was it the CK shooter being like a gamer and being like you know one of those people that would go to a convention basically. And we're seeing a few more of these kinds of people show up. It's only a matter of time before cons unfortunately are going to be targeted, and that's what worries me the most is because like I spend most of my time at those, and I know so many people in the community, and I'm not like I get scared all the time whenever there's a convention. I see friends going and I'm like, oh god, please not this, just not this. Isn't Nick Fuentes a gamer? Yeah, it's something he's oh god, what is he called? Groiper, but it's not that. There's oh my god, I can't think of the word. Um but he's kind of in that realm where a lot of those bro dudes could possibly be at these conventions. And so it I don't know, it makes me want to be way more. Yeah, you don't think you're going to a con anytime soon? I don't blame you, Riles. I mean, for not for nothing, I plan to still go. Yeah, the Mana Sphere. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, in that kind of like realm, where they're playing like Call of Duty and shit, and like that kind of realm. But yeah, I'm not gonna have that luxury of not going to conventions because like now, especially with me doing this as like a full-time gig, that's gonna be a place where I'm going to be at a lot. So it does make me worried. And like, not for nothing, the last con that I went to, which was the South Carolina Horror Con, the vibes were really off. Like they were really, really off. No one seemed very nice. There were quite a few people that were just aggressive to the girls that I was working with. Yeah, Teardrops was there. It was so off. It was super off. Yeah. Manosphere populated by Zeta males. Facts. Yeah, but it was really weird, and I part of me was like, I wonder if it's because it's South Carolina, it tends to be a little bit more racist and bigoted and whatnot. So I kind of yeah, Rock Hill. Yep. Yeah, Rock Hill, South Carolina is where it was. So yeah, it was it felt kind of like I think Teardrops and I both were like there's not a lot of non-white people here. And we were like, ooh, don't like that. Lived one town over, yeah. But it felt like very strange. Yeah, it was very weird. And then a couple of the girls got yelled at by like one of the vendors just for like saying, "Hey, your cosplay looks awesome. Here's a card if you want to go take free photos." Like like there was no exchange of conversation with the vendor and the person in costume. There was no conversation, and this guy just snaps off at the two girls, and I was like, what the fuck? I think it was Teardrops, actually. Teardrops, wasn't it you? And Blazy Chan. Yeah, so it was very weird. Yeah, weren't you the one of the ones that was giving out the card and then got yelled at by that vendor? I think it was. They're in a cult. No, I mean, probably not. They probably are. Yeah, horror is queer and inclusive, and that's a lot of the spaces are getting very infiltrated. I'm noticing a lot in not only horror space, but in the goth space as well, which is so fucking confusing to me. Because I'm like, how can you miss the entire point, bud? And it's the same thing with horror. Like, you're missing the fucking point. Horror has always been in the realm of being more woke. Like, it's not, like, all these people are missing the fucking point. Yeah, I thought that's who it was. I thought it was you and Blazy. But yeah, like, that dude was an absolute dick and had no reason to snap off. Zero reason. And, you know, it's so crazy. Yeah, Republican goths and punks are so confusing. No, what's worse is a lot of them listen to the music and they don't get it. It's the same thing with, like, them listening to Rage Against the Machine while they're at a Trump rally, which blew my fucking mind. I was like, are you listening to the lyrics? You're singing them. Are you listening to them? What is happening? No, and they aren't. It absolutely is a costume to them, or they're, like, I don't even think they realize what they're singing or what they're enjoying. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. Oh, just like how goth and punks that are Republican and are Trump supporters, and how they're missing the whole point. And it's the same thing of them flying the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. I'm like, what is happening? Are you okay? All right. So you're not, because you're licking the boot here, bud. Like, what is happening? Not only confusing, they straight up doing it. Exactly. It's so weird. It's so weird. Legit don't listen to the System of a Down either, and their messages is very clear. Yeah. I mean, System of a Down, I think every single one of those dudes have a fucking doctorate. Like, they're all heavily intelligent men. Like, they all went to college and, like, have huge, like, big degrees and shit like that. And I think even the same thing with Rage Against the Machine. I know that the singer, I believe he has a doctorate too. It's so crazy. Punk dude call you a slur? What? Whoa. I'd be like, then you're not fucking punk, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. How in the fuck can you not see the hypocrisy? Favorite thing about the last couple of weeks is the people in the alt scenes were posting about Charlie Kirkwell, posting kill your local Nazi artwork. No. Shut the fuck up. No way. I should probably say coded with all that, sorry. But yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, no man should die for their beliefs, but let's be consistent here. Exactly. It's like, you can't say Nazis are bad and then literally do Nazi shit. Like, and there was one girl that was, like, recorded herself or whatever looking up the term of fascist, and like let me read out the actual textbook definition of it. Like, I'm not even gonna do the AI. Merriam-Webster, bitch. A populist political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often race above the individual, that is associated with the centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, and that is characterized by severe economic and social regime by forcible suppression of opposition. A tendency to lean towards a strong, where's the other thing? But anyway, so she starts reading the definition of fascism, and she goes, I think that they're changing the definition of fascism because this is exactly what Trump is doing. And I was like, girl, you're right there. You're right there. You're on the precipice, baby. Just one step. Take one more step, and you're going to figure it out. She was literally right there. And she's like, I think they're changing the definition. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my god. My mom said the funniest thing, don't make yourself a target. Like, oh my god. That's crazy. Tom Morello or goated. Yeah. Yeah, they are goated. Sleep for now. Take them up tomorrow. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you, legit. L-E. Damn it, I can do this. 0, 0. Fuck it, I can't. I gave up. I'm sorry. My mom said the funniest thing, don't make yourself a target. Yeah. Which is hilarious. It's like, I think that we're already there. You know what I mean? What's crazy is the same people who are like, you shouldn't condone violence, and then they say 4786, like, pick a lane. Exactly. There's a goth band that you support. Oh, yeah. Supports a certain country that, oh, God. Yeah, see, that's what's so crazy. Let's go and sing it, right? The CK shit freed me of so much shit I don't need in your life. It's facts. Facts. Ryle's cut a lot of fucking bad people out of their lives, of her life. Like, Jesus Christ. So many people are literally right there, but they can't accept it because they'll nuke their worldview of the past decade. It's true. It's true. It's 100%. Yeah. Go. Oh, I want to see, because I'll say it out loud. I'll be like, these motherfuckers. Midnight. Who is it? I want to know. I want to know. Girly pop. Oh wait. Hold on. You did a lot of stories, Mama. I don't have time to like everything. Damn it. Oh no. It's Marcus. You put Marcus ones on there, not expecting me to be like, let me watch Marcus. Let me just watch Marcus. Hilarious. But yeah, if you're a goth band, like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'll have to look later. You have a lot. You have a lot. And you put Marcus on there. Damn it. I need Jay and Low stream one day. Yes. I only listen to you both for my news lately because I'm in depression. No worries. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I know too much. Like, my mom and I had a long conversation, and I was really impressed with the way that she's been thinking lately. Listen, streams will return when I hit max rank in Tekken. Hell yeah. And because Ninja Gaiden and Bloodlines comes out in a few weeks. Oh my god, really? I thought Ninja Gaiden already came back out. Like, the fourth one, I should say. Us three on a podcast would get banned. I mean, probably, but it would be fun while it lasted. Your name reminds me of a professor from management class who used to call it... Oh my god, that's funny. Over now. Alright, thank you so much for popping on. I appreciate you. You love Bloodlines. Oh, absolutely. I know I would. I haven't had any time whatsoever to, like, do any kind of gameplay. Like, I'm still needing to sit down and play the, honestly, I really do need to do this because I need a chill stream, but I have the Power Wash sim, but the, Warhammer 40k version, where you just wash the vehicles, and I really, really want to play that, and I still have it on my computer. I still have yet to play it, but I'm going to play it at some point. But yeah, the Power Wash sim cracked me up. I literally thought for the longest time that I had to, like, search, and I searched multiple websites because I was like, there's no way this is real. There is no goddamn way that Warhammer 40k contacted Power Wash Sim and was like, hey, we have an idea. Or opposite, and Warhammer 40k is like, fucking, I'm in. Oh, yeah, I don't even think I I don't know if I even watch or listen to them. Dua Luma? Yeah, I don't think I ever watched or listened to any of their music. So, hey, already on it. But yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, I really want to play the Power Wash Simulator, so I'm gonna end up doing that at some point during my streams during the day for like some fun streams. So we're gonna be playing that at some point. I want to do some like Halloween games, perhaps ones that are not like hard to play while I'm talking, because trust me trying to like GW will hold out the Warhammer license to whoever will pay. That's fair. That's where there's so many bad Warhammer games. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the Power Wash Sim, hilarious to me. I literally tracked it down. I was like, there's no way. I saw 4 websites before I believed that it was real. And I was cackling. The what do you call it? Like the video for it was hilarious. Power Wash. Hilarious. Hold on. I just want to do it. It's so fucking stupid. Oh wait, I don't know if my audio is gonna be weird or not. I'm not gonna do it to you guys because I don't know if it's gonna blast eardrums out, and I'm not ready for that. But yeah, band is pretty popular on Spotify. And then you find out about this. Yeah, I've been the song from DJ Soulchild AC. I follow him on social media and I listen to a lot of his political takes or whatever. But he also makes like, he's a DJ, and he made the song My Neck as a protest song for the CK stuff. And I was like, did I have it on repeat for over 24 hours? Perhaps. Perhaps I did, to help boost it. It's only like a minute and a few seconds long, so yeah, of course I did. I don't even know how many times that motherfucker played, but I know at the end of the year, whenever I do my Spotify Wrapped, it's going to be like, you listen to this song 4 million and blah, 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 blah times. And I'll be like, correct. Gotta get him to number 1, because that's hilarious. But yeah, he made it as like a protest anthem as well. So yeah, things like that, like I'll support 100%. Oh. Huh. 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 I can't, whenever your friend that runs a farm sends you photos like this, you kind of are like, well, that's, oh my God, 45 plants. I love that for him. And I'm going to get some of those. Thank you. Anyways, it's just plants. Plants in a backseat. Just a lot of plants in the backseat. You're never going to be free of the stoner allegations. Absolutely not. I wasn't free of the stoner allegations when I wasn't a stoner. That's what's hilarious, is everybody in high school was like, she's a stoner, and then they figured it out, and they were like, she's actually not, that's weird, but she looks like it, and she acts like it, so what the fuck? And so I just, instead of beating the allegations, I just leaned heavier into it, and was like, fuck it. Into the canister I go. Oh, hello, Stretchies. Hi. You snuggling? Hi, sweetie pie. You feeling okay? You alright? You doing okay? He's like, I want the cone off. I know, I love him too. But yeah, he's been like licking the cone like crazy. I'm just like, well, at least it's not his fucking tail. So, at least it's not your tail, bud. I know, I love you too. I know. I knew he wasn't feeling well on Friday. I knew it. Like, the way he was acting, I was like, something's up with him. Something's up with him. This one's better than the last one. Right? I don't know. It's a baby. Oh. I love you. Ugh, what a baby. What a baby. But yeah, what crazy times we be living in. There's like a lot of stuff that I didn't get to today, but I wasn't gonna stay on too much longer because I need to get into Stella, my hippie Twi'lek. I kind of did her makeup for today because gotta record things for a vase company. A vase company. Wait, do I have a vase back here? You can't see it. Nope. Oh! Vase. A vase. Right there. But the other vase is up in here, which I can show off as long as I take out certain things. But anyways, we're gonna show off this little guy. Perfect for my hippie stoner Twi'lek. Speaking of, hear me out. Oh my god, you're right. You're right. I really should. It does look like a pee-pee. You're right. I think it looks like it's in his belly, but I guess that's a good point. It's a good point. It does, but you know what? He is like 100 and something years old, so. Did you see how unfunny Rob Schneider is? Absolutely. Did you hear him get booed on stage as well? That was like... If you get her new Leiku. Yeah. I will be having to get a new Leiku for Stella because hers is starting to fall apart. So it's very unfortunate. That was my first Leiku, and that was a latex Leiku. So the latex only holds up for so long. And her headpiece is starting to like break down a little bit, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of that. But I recorded my portion of the Stella thing, and then I'm going to be doing Stella's portion after this. But I can't really like show everything that's on the camera, but I have ways around. So we'll see if I roll the dice and Stella gets me banned. It's going to be Stella or Maury. For those of you that know, it's my white cat girl. It's going to it's going to be Libby. I'm not sure because sometimes the blood situation, like the fake blood, they'll be, I don't know why I did air quotes. It is fake. But it's either going to be Stella, Libby, or Maury that get me banned on the internet. I'm not sure which one. But it is a roll of the dice on those three as to which one is going to get me in trouble. Because I, like, Stella's already gotten in trouble on TikTok whenever I was posting all the time. Stella, like, in the audio is about, you know, eating a whole bag of special gummies, but I didn't have special gummies in my hand. I just had Japanese snacks in my hand. And they, I caught a thing on that. So they were like, this video is taken down. Yeah, Libby for sure. I feel like Libby would probably be the one just because they're super aggressive with like any kind of like blood or any kind of like weaponry, and of course she has a fucking lobotomy pick. So there's a lot of things where Libby can get in trouble with that sort of thing. So really nervous to ever post back on TikTok, especially with all the new regulations and bullshit that's going on. But yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah. There was a lot that I wanted to talk about today, but I did get to like the big meat and potatoes of everything, which was the big shootings and things like that. So hopefully, I don't know if we're gonna stop, if this is gonna continue on this trajectory. We really need some fucking gun reform up in this piece. My God. Insane. Okay, love, I love you. All right, I'm going to jump off here. It is about 7 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a couple quick records and then going to karaoke. Sing a little bit, and then I'm going to come home. I'm not staying out too late because I don't like being apart from this one whenever he's not feeling good. So, how are you? Oh, sweet nugget. He's snoozing. He's taking a little nap. Anyways, everybody, keep Bruce in your prayers or whatever you need to do. Light a candle for him. Think about him. Give him good vibes. I don't know. Just whatever you can for this little angel right here. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are not following me on my other social medias, please do. JennaSayWhat.com/links. You'll find all my links there. And follow me on all social media platforms, especially Instagram, because I'm back to 10.9K and I'm in that purgatory again. So please give me a follow. Anyways, I love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I had to look for my ending. I really need to just put the thing on. Anyways, it's not the point. I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe. Keep your head on a fucking swivel because people are getting real wild out here. And I don't want anything to happen to you guys because I love you. Stay safe. Drink some water. Chill out for just a little bit. Watch some fun shows. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.